Everyone, I'm Royston Jones, and this is the Bahamas Tonight at 11. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our Northern Service News team breaking the story that dominated social media today. The owner of Home Away from Home Elderly Care Facility is passionately giving her side of the story as she strongly denies allegations involving claims of mistreatment. The story goes that one of the facility's residents, Ingrid Carey, turned over her assets to the elderly home's owner, Murphy Knowles, and made her the power of attorney. This shocked her granddaughter, Philippa Carey, who left her grandmother in the home's care while she took on a new job in the Family Islands. The senior home caregiver felt she had to share her story on The Rundown with Clint Watson earlier this evening.
I contacted her brother-in-law, who she was calling. I spoke with her sister when her sister came there, I think on 2 occasions, concerning this, what Ingrid wanted to do, and also her pastor. I did not contact Philippa because she said, Ms. Knowles, I don't want anything to do with Philippa.
This is what her grandmother
said. Yes.
She wanted nothing to do with it.
Yes. I did not contact her, honestly speaking, and I hardly even see Philippa. I didn't even know who was Philippa until she called me and said she wanted to go there to the house. And I told Philippa, I said, Philippa, I don't know where the house is. I said, you probably give me the key, but I don't know where the house is. So she said, I'll meet you by Ruby Smith's, and you can follow me. And I did not went in. I stood by the door. And that was the first time me personally put eyes on Philippa.
Because she wasn't the one who brought her there?
No, she wasn't the one that brought her there. Her brother-in-law said, Ms. Knowles, I know you from, because he used to be at Bank of Bahamas. And I used to go in there to deal with my people checks and stuff. He said, I know you was always an honest person. And I know you would not tell me anything wrong or lie. That's what her brother-in-law said to me. And I spoke with her pastor, and I told her pastor what Miss Ingrid wanted to do. So she said, Miss Knowles, if that's Ingrid's choice, that's her choice.
Well, the incident prompting the Ministries of Grand Bahama and Social Services, Information and Broadcasting to release a joint statement this afternoon. In it, the ministry is expressing deep concern over the serious allegations involving that private care facility on Grand Bahama. They made it clear that a comprehensive investigation has been launched into claims of egregious behavior and wrongdoing, adding that the case has also been referred to the police for further action. And while many are eager for a swift inquiry, the public was admonished to allow the investigation to run its course so that all the facts are thoroughly examined. Also making news this Thursday, a groundbreaking initiative leads to Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Davis, meeting face-to-face with head of the British monarch, His Majesty King Charles III, at the National University of Samoa. The King's Commonwealth Fellowship Program focuses on strengthening education, health, and climate resilience across small island developing states. By collaborating with universities and stakeholders, the program is expected to enhance local capacities, foster knowledge exchange, and build sustainable networks across the Commonwealth. The Prime Minister, who is in Samoa attending the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, said he's pleased to see His Majesty act on a shared vision, creating new avenues for youth empowerment and skill development to benefit nations like the Bahamas. The Prime Minister Davis also met with the United Kingdom's Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, the Right Honourable David Lammy, on mutual issues related to the Bahamas, the United Kingdom, and the wider Caribbean. Prime Minister Davis also used the opportunity to address reparations, emphasizing the need for continued dialogue on the matter. Both leaders further committed to ongoing cooperation and maintaining strong ties between their countries. Continuing with his busy schedule, Prime Minister Davis also held candid talks with Kenya's Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for the Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, the Honourable Musalia Mudavadi. While a significant part of the discussion focused on the situation in Haiti, the pair recognized the importance of regional and international cooperation in addressing the ongoing challenges, with Prime Minister Davis reaffirming the Bahamas' commitment to supporting efforts aimed at restoring stability and peace in Haiti. Prime Minister Davis further emphasized the Bahamas' intent to broaden its diplomatic presence in Africa. Back here in the capital, a freak accident, the focus of an investigation after a man reportedly fell 2 stories from a construction site off Theodora Lane. Our Daniel Dean was on the scene.
We're here on High Point Road where a man fell to his death this morning while working on this scaffold. In just 9 days, Jacknell Joseph was expected to celebrate his 51st birthday. Instead, family members must now plan his funeral. Late this morning on High Point Road, just off John F. Kennedy Drive, a group of Joseph's relatives could be seen comforting each other following the shocking news of his tragic death.
Yeah, when I look at it, I see him on the gun, I say, oh shit, Jackie dead.
54-year-old foreman and mason Canel Luberis says he knew Jacknell all his life, beginning in Ghana, Haiti, where the two grew up.
He's a very, very nice guy. He's a very nice guy.
What exactly happened? Luberis says he's wrestling guilt, having not been able to check on his friend post-fall. The matter is under active police investigations. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Meantime, just before noon in the area of Ramsey Street, Carmichael Road, is where another tragedy unfolded. A man believed to be in his early 50s was gunned down while at his scrap metal business. According to police, the deceased was approached at his place of employment, an auto repair facility, by a lone gunman who exited a dark-colored vehicle and fired multiple shots at him before returning to the vehicle and fleeing the scene. The victim's former employer, Brett Stubbs Jr., identified the deceased as Lenroy Roll. Police are appealing to the public who may have any additional information that can help solve this matter to contact 919-911, the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991-2 or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Another police officer accused of ending up on the wrong side of the law, this one relating to a 33-year-old woman's claim that she was sexually assaulted Wednesday. The officer is being questioned in connection with that complaint. Just earlier this week, 3 police officers were arraigned on rape charges. A 22-year-old corrections officer also has some questions to answer, along with a 19-year-old woman. The two were arrested yesterday after they were found with suspected dangerous drugs at a home off Harold Road. Police say a search warrant was executed on the Theodora Lane house around 10:30 last night, during which they found suspected marijuana edibles and other drug paraphernalia. At last report, the estimated weight and street value of the drugs were unknown. Fast forward to 3 o'clock this morning, and a 34-year-old man and a 29-year-old woman or man were arrested on a similar charge. We understand that a search warrant executed on 2 units of a triplex apartment off Carmichael Road West led to a woman being taken in for suspected cocaine and marijuana in the first unit, and a man being detained for suspected marijuana in the second unit. More from police. Operation Ceasefire officers seizing 12 pounds of suspected marijuana valued at $12,000 yesterday. Information led officers to an overgrown area near an unpaved footpath off Martins Close, Cowpen Road, where they discovered the drugs. There were no arrests. Investigations into this matter also continue. Still to come, Defense Force and U.S. military heads seal a powerful agreement. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in a moment.
In the chaos of our daily lives, it's easy to be caught up in the rush. But when you're behind the wheel, remember, rushing can lead to disaster. Don't rush. Take your time. Remember, your life and others depends on it. Slow down. Stay alert and arrive alive. Because in the race of life, it's not about how fast you get there, but how safely.
This message is brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Buy JBI.
We've come to appreciate the JBI product. Simply doesn't matter where they're staged or where they're located. We always realize that JBI has the best pricing and the best quality of food. In particular, my favorite is corned beef. I was a hometown boy. So if I can purchase anything, it can be this JBI corned beef, straight through.
As you get a bit older, you become more discriminating and what you put in your bodies. And all of this is natural stuff. So I'm happy to promote the Junkanoo Punch.
I actually compared it to a couple of brands, and this is the one of choice. This one, this the can't fail brand. So.
Fried JBI.
Happy 30th anniversary, JBI.
Happy 30th anniversary to JBI. Thank you, Bahamas.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
More recovery items on the way to Matthewtown, Inagua in the wake of Hurricane Oscar. The island bore the brunt of the storm, which made landfall on Sunday morning. The damage left in the wake deemed a level 1 by the Disaster Risk Management Authority. Here's State Minister responsible for disaster preparedness, the Honorable Leon Lundy.
Right now, we are very much in recovery mode. Our immediate focus is on ensuring the people have the resources they need to start rebuilding their lives. Relief supplies are already en route, and the RBDF's boat, Lawrence Major, is loaded and will be arriving with more aid in the coming days. We've also brought in some initial resources with us today to be distributed to those in need.
Inagua-based Defense Force Marines taking the lead in the post-Hurricane Oscar recovery effort. Marines restored the local government's clinic's roof in Matthewtown. The clinic's roof was compromised prior to the hurricane, but the recent storm made matters worse, resulting in significant flooding within the facility. The Defense Force team worked diligently to install a new tarp despite challenged weather conditions. While this effort provides temporary relief, Defense Force officials contend the roof requires further attention to ensure its integrity in the long term. Meantime, the North American Defense Framework to Advance Women, Peace and Security agenda has officially been commissioned. Defense Force Commodore Raymond King, U.S. Embassy Senior Defense Official Commander Victor Lang, along with Captain Charlie McCarty, Bilateral Affairs Officer of the Rhode Island National Guard, signed the letter of intent at the Ministry of National Security earlier this week. The initiative strengthens collaborative capacities and institutionalizes the Women, Peace and Security agenda within defense sectors of participating nations. This agreement aligns with the Defense Force's gender optimization policy implemented in June 2022, marking a historic shift towards greater diversity in leadership and gender inclusivity within the organization. Today being observed as United Nations Day, marking the UN chapter, the founding document of the UN, coming into force in 1945. UN Day promotes a common agenda and reaffirms the purpose and principles which have guided member nations for the past 79 years. The Bahamas has been a member of the United Nations since independence in 1973. Industry leaders from across North America have converged in Nassau for the second annual Centurion Capital Bahamas Summit. The event was designed to bring together high-growth companies and global investors for 2 days of presentations. Executive Chairman of Centurion Capital, Kai Bazarit, shared the goals of both investors and companies.
We want, obviously, a lot of the CEOs are here to meet investors. So they're here to meet institutional investors, high net worth individuals, corporate strategics, and investment advisors. So that's what they're really looking for, is to build out that network for themselves and for their companies. And same thing on the investor side. You know, they're here looking for public-private growth companies where they can invest in and succeed.
The summit's focus was growth, with over $500 billion of investment capital and more than 50 small-cap companies presenting their investment opportunities.
This summit is a great platform to showcase why the Bahamas continues to attract high net worth individuals and investors from around the world. With record-breaking tourism numbers and large-scale infrastructure projects underway, the Bahamas is polished and poised for long-term growth and success.
A health practice that seems rather simple, but according to a local physician, not enough people do it. Well, there are a number of reasons why people may want to take this form of exercise more seriously. Daniel Dean visited a specialist who let us know why.
Massage therapist Kenny St. Mark assures that stretching is a little more complex than many understand.
It's very common for everyone to be like, hey, I'm in pain, let me stretch. But the body's a little bit more nuanced than that. What are you stretching? Why are you stretching it? Muscular imbalances are a thing, and so when one muscle is tight, another is weak.
He added, when you stretch one tight muscle, you must stretch and strengthen the opposing one as well. St. Mark used the example of turtling. This happens when persons work on computers frequently and, without realizing it, curve their backs.
For example, when you want to depress the shoulder, so in the therapeutic setting, I would stretch, depress the shoulder. Another way you can do it is arm behind the back, pull the head like so, This helps to lengthen these muscles here, but you still want to activate your traps, which helps you bring the shoulder down.
He cites tight hip flexors as one reason for the common issue of lower back pain, claiming this exercise helps with relief.
When you're home, dropping the leg off the bed and just allowing that leg to sort of fall, you're going to feel that stretch right here. Okay? The more you move to the edge of the bed, the more you increase that stretch.
With a reputation for improving posture, eliminating pain, and facilitating better circulation, stretching is proven to keep muscles strong and healthy and to improve mobility in joints. St. Mark recommends it be practiced as often as needed. With Health Matters for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Charles Fisher has a look at what's coming up in sports. Charles?
Coming up in sports, the Bahamian flag was shining in Brooklyn, New York, as the Liberty and John Carl Jones celebrated their WNBA championship.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Losing your furniture to costly termite damage? You need Rentokil Initials Drop and Go Furniture Fumigation, the only service like it in the Bahamas. Simply drop your furniture at a fumigation container located at 5th Terrace, Centerville, and collect your termite-free piece within days. Sealed with our termite-free guarantee. Fast, convenient, affordable. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
The ZNS Total Sports Report is brought to you by the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup. 6 days of high-level competition, October 23rd to 28th.
Thanks a lot for staying up with us. Late Night Sports, I'm Charles Fisher. The Bahamas off to a great start last night at the Caribbean Baseball Cup over there at the Andrew Rogers Baseball Diamond. For all the highlights, let's see what Marcellus Hall has.
One victory under their belts for Team Bahamas as this 6th Caribbean Baseball Championship gets underway. Bahamas defeating U.S. Virgin Islands 3-1 last night, and now looking forward to seeing how things go the rest of the way. It was Deshaun Forbes on the mound, getting the job done. A massive performance for the young man. He talked about it afterwards.
I mean, with this win, I feel like we have a pretty good feeling on our back. We plan to come out here and execute, throw strikes, and keep winning.
Coach Ken Adley echoing his thoughts, saying the bullpen not having to go into work on that first game sets the Team Bahamas to be successful the rest of the way.
It was a very good game. The guys don't play together, and we're very happy for this first game going forward. We're kind of shaping up, sharpening up some other skills, but the guys don't put the bat on the board. We played excellent defense, and that's going to be the game. That's going to be the name of the game going forward. Defense and pitching. Once that's in place, we're going to do very well in this tournament.
So day 2 now underway for Team Bahamas, looking to improve their record 2-0. We'll give you details on that coming up for you tomorrow. Meanwhile, reporting here from the Andrew Rogers Baseball Diamond for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Marcellus Hall.
Thanks, Marcellus. Bahamians tipping off an NBA action last night. Buddy Hield looking quite comfortable in his first game with the Golden State Warriors, coming off the bench, and now the sidekick of the greatest shooter ever in NBA history, Steph Curry. Buddy logging 15 minutes of play, was 8 for 12 from the field and 5 for 7 from three-point land to finish with a side-high 22 points. Good ball movement by the Warriors as they thumped fellow Bahamian DeAndre Ayton and the Portland Trailblazers, 139-104. Buddy liking his new team.
Everybody's unselfish. They play basketball the right way. Next pass, best shot available. Anybody can shoot it. everybody heart in the right place, offense and defense playing together. Started off from leaders like Steph and Dre, and everybody just following them, and then Steve, of course, putting everything together. But just them setting the tone, and just us being unselfish, sacrificing. Tonight was my night. Next night can be JK. Steph is always Steph. He's world class. But just take my opportunities, and I run in the floor and try to keep the floor open for Steph and the other guys to be special. The last time I was free like this was in Oklahoma. I had guys that always playing for me and passing the ball and trying to get me open. So, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, but it's been a fun from preseason. And, we just got to keep building and stay humble and keep learning from these guys.
Kai Jones also with a good debut for the Clippers of L.A. Monster slams. Jones had 6 points on 3 for 5 shooting and 4 rebounds, but the Clippers lost at home in their new arena in overtime to the Phoenix Suns, 113-116. And tonight we introduce another one of the gymnasts headed to the first ever Griffith Championships at the end of November in Jamaica, Rihanna Smith, who got started in the sport at a very young age.
At the age of 4, my mommy put me in the gymnastics program, and from there I just developed a love for the sport and I never stopped.
She is currently a level 6.
My favorite event would have to be floor exercise, where I can showcase my skills, and I like to dance, so showcasing all of my dance elements on floor, I can express who I am. So in practice, I know I have to focus. As I said, have fun. Don't just beat yourself up a lot, but continuously have fun and always have faith in God.
Being good all comes with preparation.
Not knowing your competition is very tough, but you always have to have an open mind going into the competition. If you know your score wasn't as high in a previous competition, just go into the competition trying to better that score. So you wouldn't know the other girls scored or say, okay, let me score higher than them. You just have to score higher than your previous score.
Victory Red Hells roared the streets of Brooklyn, New York earlier today for the Liberty, winning their first ever WNBA title. MVP Jonquil Jones leading the way and showing her true colors draped in the Bahamian flag. Confetti poured down through the streets. Jonquil talking about her rise from Grand Bahama to WNBA MVP, and the party will continue in the Bahamas.
It represents everything. It represents just going after a dream wholeheartedly, just taking one step at a time and not worrying about, everything else, and just trying to do what you could do and control what you can control in the moment. I took one step. I wanted to move from the Bahamas to play basketball and get an education, and then I wanted to go to college, and then I wanted to play in the WNBA, and then I wanted to win a championship. And it was all of those little steps that kind of came together that allowed everything to happen.
Well, that's going to be a wrap on Thankful Thursday. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your evening.
The ZNS Total Sports Report has been brought to you by the 6 Caribbean Baseball Cup. Get your tickets now, online or at the Andre Rogers Stadium.
Everyone is looking for a deal. Everyone is looking to save. With this in mind, Huawei Marketing has teamed up with Deals Crazy TV to bring to Bahamians unparalleled products and unbelievable savings. Yes, it's Deals Crazy TV, where we take the hassle out of shopping for you.
Here is what people are saying. Answers. Take a look. Places like me, I love deals, so wherever there's the best deal, we all need to save a little bit here and there.
Good package, get everything in one package deal in one place. Come on, man, check it out.
I mean, if it helps to bring products into the hands of Bahamian people at a quick low price, maybe even catch a good special, why not?
Everybody want to know where the good deals are. So-called recession now. In a recession, you just need the good prices, the good deals.
To stimulate the small businesses in the Bahamas and allow the public to find and search out for a good deal.
Them having to go on a search for themselves. We bring the search to them.
It's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Basil?
Good evening, Royston. We'll get you started. We have high pressure in control of our weather with that northeast easterly flow, which will continue for the next couple of days, with the winds also increasing over the next few days as well. So we'll have some caution flags in place for you boaters in the northwest and central parts of the country. In the tropics, though, we continue to keep our eyes on the Caribbean Sea, as by the end of this month, early part of next month, there could be some activity developing there that could impact our weather. So we'll keep you posted on this as well. And temperatures around the islands this evening: Marshall, Babaco, Greenville, Key, and Freeport all at 76 degrees. Picking up 79 in the Berry Islands, Isle Sound, Bimini at 82 degrees. Harper Island 79. 80 degrees in Rock, Sandy, Lutra, Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 82 degrees. 82s extend into Kemp Space on Andros and Black Point, Exuma. Otterstown, Cat Island 81 degrees. And 80 degrees in San Salvador. Rum Key 2 degrees up at 82 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma 82. 79s in Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay may go on at 81, Acklands 81, Matthew Tiny Nagua 82, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And our satellite pictures showing once again high pressure dominating our weather with mostly clear skies during the nighttime, and things will be mostly sunny during the daytime. Forecast tonight, mainly clear and breezy, 74 degrees for your low temperature. And tomorrow, this is how things are going to shape up. We expect the breezy conditions to continue, very pleasant with partial sunshine, but we will keep our eyes on the tropics. As we told you already, in the Caribbean Sea, something could be developing by the end of this month. The high temperature tomorrow, 85 degrees, and your extended weather forecast, beautiful weather right through the weekend. But come Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have some gray skies with scattered showers and thunderstorms returning to the area, and those windy conditions will once again continue right into the middle part of next week. Royston.
Thank you, Basil. Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and have a great night.
At the Office of the Prime Minister, I'm Devontae Hanno. This is ZNS.
Well, we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. There ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Influenza, or the flu as it is commonly called, is a viral illness that usually occurs between the months October to March. The virus is transmitted from person to person through coughing, sneezing, or talking. Symptoms include fever, cough, headache, runny nose, generalized body aches, and fatigue. There is no specific treatment for the flu, and the symptoms usually dissipate after 3 to 7 days. Because it is caused by a virus, antibiotics are not used to treat the flu. Persons are encouraged to rest and drink lots of fluids. Panadol is recommended for fever and body aches associated with the flu. However, aspirin should be avoided due to the risk of bleeding. To decrease the spread of flu, persons are encouraged to get their flu shot annually and practice good cough hygiene. Additional information can be provided by your community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Did you know that if a fire starts in your home, you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape? Keep your family and home safe with these few fire safety preparation and prevention tips. Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the Fire Department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
What you talking about?
The pot of gold game at the supermarket.
What did you get?
The picture of the back end of a car.
What are you supposed to do with that?
If I get the front end, I win.
You win a car?
No, a year's supply of car wax.